most important is the last, the physical or social conditions under which the criminal has lived. Each person is a product of certain influences, and it is axiomatic that home life and parents rank at the top of those influences. If you are a parent, what are you doing to help prevent your child from becoming a criminal of the future? Is he learning by watching you to respect law and order? Are you giving him the attention and affection he needs? Your FBI has learned many things in its years of fighting crime, one of them being that even more than charity, crime prevention begins at home. Tonight's FBI file continues later that night at the county fairgrounds. Special Agent Taylor is in the manager's office when Agent Bentley arrives.
Jim, I hear this place was burglarized tonight.
Yeah, just before I got here.
Even after our warning, huh?
The manager thought his safe couldn't be cracked.
Where is he now?
It's down at police headquarters. They sent out an alarm on two suspects named Chuck White and Andy Anderson after they found this wallet near the safe. Belongs to White.
Who's he?
He's a parachute jumper with the show. Anderson is his pilot.
Any idea where they went?
No, but they took off right after the robbery.
The manager know where they're supposed to work next?
Well, this is the end of the circuit, George. From here, everybody splits up for the winter.
Oh.
There's one other piece of evidence against White and Anderson. They came here from the fair near Portland. I guess we better answer it. Hello? Oh, yes, Mr. Mitchell. I did? When? Fine. Well, yes, of course. No, there isn't. Well, we'll get something. Yeah. Thanks. George, that was the manager. Word just came in at headquarters on that alarm. The plane's been found at Lake City.
How about the two men?
Lake City police are holding them.
Well, I doubt we can get there tonight.
Probably not, but let's notify the Lake City police. We'd like to interview the men first thing in the morning. Mr. White, you claim you have no idea how your wallet got into the manager's office, huh?
That's right.
When do you last remember having it?
I don't know. Wallets are for keeping money in, so I didn't get to use it a lot.
Seems like y'all know me and Chuck ain't crooks.
Mr. Anderson, White's wallet was found in the safe after the burglary. You both took off from the fair immediately after that safe was cracked. You both had money that was stolen last week at a fair in Oregon, and you both worked at that fair.
What we told you, we got that money from Mr. Williams.
Yeah, ask him.
We're trying to. Oh, hi, George. Find anything?
No. We've checked every Williams in the phone book and on the voting records.
Today's his boy's birthday.
That didn't help. Neither did that description you gave.
You men know anybody who can prove there is such a man?
No, I'm afraid not.
We saw him and spoke to him. Don't that prove he's real?
Well, I'm sorry, gentlemen. I'm afraid the evidence against you is pretty strong.
FBI headquarters in Washington takes an important part in all cases. In this one, for example, Agents Taylor and Bentley sent the fingerprints of Chuck White and Andy Anderson to Washington, and also sent the description of the man they knew thus far only as Mr. Williams. Further investigation was also made on which fairs and carnivals Anderson and White had worked during the previous 6 months. Meanwhile, at an apartment in another city, the doorbell rang.
Patience. Coming.
Hi, Al.
Well, Roy. Come in.
Say, did you have any trouble brushing the two patsies?
No, not a bit. Nice boys. I left them at the Lake City airport. They were arrested an hour later.
Hey, what are you doing?
Hanging picture.
This guy a friend of yours?
A friend? Ah, yes, indeed, son.
Who is he?
A great man, son. A really great man. Son, that was Robert Adams, the father of American safecrackers.
I never heard of him.
Ah, it's too bad, yes. He was rather neglected in the history books. Quite a pity. Why, do you know, the reward on him was more than most men can steal in a lifetime.
Oh, I don't know. We ought to be pretty fat in the loot department. Where you got it?
It's right over there on the table. It's waiting for you, the large envelope.
How much is there?
$8,000.
Oh, brother, I can't wait to start spreading it around New York.
New York.
Yeah, I shipped my trunk up there, and I got a room waiting at a hotel.
Right. There's no point squandering the money that you work so hard to get. Now, listen, you take my advice. I wish somebody'd given it to me when I was your age. Yes, sir. You get married. You get married to some nice girl like that nice little girl up in Oregon.
She's in jail.
Oh. Well, there are other girls around. The place for you to go is south, my boy. There are plenty of carnivals running down there. You try to find one in Georgia or Florida. I still need 'em.
For what?
Well, I don't know. I suppose it's just an old man's pride. But before I retire, I would like to crack at least one safe in every state in the Union.
George, we got some reports from Washington. Neither White nor Anderson has a criminal record.
Anything back on that Mr. Williams?
Yes, there is a safecracker with that name who answers the general description. They wire photoed his picture for us.
Oh, that it?
Yeah, here, take a look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Are you the FBI men?
Yes, that's right, Ray.
The policeman at the desk said to see you.
About what?
Chuck White and Andy Anderson. I'm Betty Kimball.
Oh, I'm Agent Bentley, and this is Agent Taylor.
How do you
Kimball.
do?
You know anything about the burglary?
Just that they didn't do it.
Are you related to White or Anderson?
No. I was the press agent with the fair down to Auburn.
And I say, well, tell me, do you know a Mr. Williams?
Williams. Williams, isn't that the man that Chuck and Andy brought up here?
No, that's their story.
You can believe them about anything but their act.
We have Williams' picture here. Would you take a look at it, please?
Mm-hmm.
Ever see him?
I think so.
Where?
I'm trying to remember. Sure. That's a guy I saw hanging around Roy Carter's pitch on the Midway.
Oh, they seem to know each other?
Like old pals.
Who is this Roy Carter?
A grifter. He works carnies, fairs, any place he can set up a stand.
Where can we locate him?
In New York, but I don't know where. I ran into him yesterday while he was checking his equipment at the station. Told me he was going to New York for a vacation after he stopped to see a pal.
George, that pal could be Williams.
Yeah. Did he mention any other city?
No.
Well, if Carter bought a ticket to New York with stopover privileges, the railroad station might have a record of it. Let's call and check. George, the railroad says Carter's ticket allowed for a stop at Oakville.
Oakville? Al Williams was arrested there last year.
Oh?
And Washington sent this teletype. Those unidentified prints on the 4 safes are Williams.
Well, then he probably did this last job, too.
Yep. And they also learned that Roy Carter operated concessions at all the fairs and carnivals where the robberies were reported.
Well, that ties them both in. Come on, we're going to Oakville. Never mind those phone books, George.
Why?
I found the cab driver who picked Carter up.
Hey.
And he remembers where he took him.
Oh, where's that?
An apartment house at 73 Allen Street. Let's get over there. Janitor says Williams left town yesterday.
For where?
He doesn't know, but he told me Carter visited Williams a few days ago.
They live together?
No, but, George, if they're back in action, maybe we can find out where. Let's get to a phone.
All right, folks, you want to fool your friends. You want to get even with some rascal. Now, here's the way. Watch carefully.
Just a minute, Roy. Where have you been?
No place.
I was here at 3 this afternoon, again at 6. Stand was closed both times.
Oh, I met a girl.
Girl? Who is she?
Oh, local girl. Her mother's got a farm near here where guys in the lamb hide out.
Oh, sounds like you're getting into a wonderful family.
Hey, show for me. Here come a couple of customers. All right, folks, here's the magic deck. You always get an ace. See, here you are, mister. You shuffle.
We didn't come here for that, Carter. We came for you.
You too, Williams.
I beg your pardon. Do we know each other?
We're special agents of the FBI. These are warrants for your arrest.
Roy Carter and Al Williams were convicted of interstate transportation of stolen property and sentenced to federal prison. Special Agents Taylor and Bentley learned the name of the carnival at which Roy Carter was working by calling the railroad station in New York. The station master's office told them where Carter had requested that his equipment trunk be sent. The arrest of the two fugitives in this case illustrates not only the thoroughness of any investigation by your FBI, but also the labor which goes into freeing innocent suspects. The Federal Bureau of Investigation is proud of the fact that special agents have never set out to prove the innocence or guilt of any particular person, but have always concentrated on finding the evidence in a case and allowing the facts to speak for themselves. For only in that way can justice be served. And justice is the sole interest of your FBI.
The incidents used in tonight's broadcast are adapted from the files of the Federal Bureau of Investigation. However, all names used are fictitious, and any similarity thereof to the names of places or persons, living or dead, is accidental. This is Your FBI is a Jerry Devine production.